Hey, Chief. Hey, what's going on, big guy? This is Chief and I. It's midnight, and I'm restless, Chief. I don't know what to do with myself, so I came out here to see you. Is that all right? Yeah? Some people say I should have a YouTube channel to talk about all the animals here at Alpacaville. What do you think, Chief? He's such a good alpaca. Most alpacas don't really like to be patted. They kind of, but Chief doesn't care at all. He doesn't care. He's such a good boy, Chief. Yeah? You gonna spit at me? No, he doesn't usually spit. Do you? Okay. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. So, the other day, my friend Penelope, that's her code name, because I couldn't remember her name for the longest time when I first knew her. Penelope, we'll use her code name, you know, just for the sake of it, although I do now know her real name. So Penelope said, you should do, somebody else said I should do a YouTube channel, but she said, oh my goodness, she said, who knows who said what? She said, I said, sometimes I feel like I'm Woody Allen because I keep talking about all this nonsense all the time. And my mind is like racing with 10,000 thoughts every day, every moment, like in bed right now. I said, I have to get up. I must get up and talk because my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. So I came out here to talk to you, Chief, and them, maybe. So Penelope said, yes, you do remind me of Woody Allen, but I think I'm a little bit more handsome. I don't know. Obviously much younger. And I'm not Jewish. I'm Swedish, though. I'm an ish. So I'm not really 100% Swedish. I'd say about 1/4%, seeing that my grandmother was born in Sweden. Anyway, here we are at Alpacaville. You can hear some roosters. And Chief and I are going to stare at each other. So we have, all right, briefly, so we have 8 alpacas, 4 goats, 1 emu. We're supposed to get 2 more emus soon. They need a loving home and a home that won't eat them. So, yeah, going to get 2 more emus, a whole bunch of chickens, some ducks, guinea hens. We have 4 peacocks, 2 of them named Mork and Mindy. For those of you old enough to know who Mork and Mindy is or was, that was a TV show, of course. And I don't know, how long do you want to look at Chief and I? So, I think I should do a YouTube channel. What do you think, Chief? I don't even know what I'm doing, how to do it. I'm just recording this on my phone just to start things off. So I paint, I sing, I play the guitar. I don't consider myself a musician, but I do like to write songs and play the rhythm guitar. So, and then I have a friend in Hanover, Mass, Ultra Joe, who's an incredibly talented musician that takes my songs and puts them into a new stratosphere of professionalism. And then I sing on top of it. And yeah, Chief thinks that's pretty cool. Chewing the chud. He's chewing the chud. Yeah, I know. So anyway, what else do I do? I have 5 kids. That's crazy. 5 kids, 17 down to 5. It gets a little insane sometimes, and I can't remember what I'm doing half the time because somebody's always coming after me, wanting something. So I sometimes will refer to 5-kid fog. That's my, like, you know, I'm thinking of that Tom Hanks movie. He has brain cloud. Well, I have 5-kid fog sometimes. All right, Chief is walking away. It's just me now. Let's see, painter, sing songs, write songs, poetry, have an alpaca farm. I milk a goat every morning. I drink goat milk. And I try to get my kids to do it as well. But they keep buying that crap at the supermarket. Why? I don't know. And there's more to this. What else do I have to say? I'm over 50. 53. What? That's not possible, is it? It is. It happens. You just keep getting older. Chief, how old are you? You're like 9. Oh, here's some more alpacas. That's Matilda. Anyway, let me walk and talk. Walk and talk for a few more minutes here. Let's see, I'm trying to build a gallery above my barn so that I can show my artwork to people. We have an ice cream shop here at the farm. So locally people stop by and get an ice cream and we'll buy alpaca products. You know, having a bright light shining in front of you, it's hard to really see where you're going. But of course I know the layout of my property, so I should be fine. So just walking around. Of course, I can't really show you the stars, but here in Phillips, Maine, it is extremely dark out. And you have a beautiful view of all the stars. I suppose I should write a script or something for a YouTube show, but I think going off the cuff is pretty cool too, I think. But having that bright light, I should be checking to see if I'm, like, you know, in the screen properly. I'm just guessing. I can't do it. I can't really show the camera towards me because there's no light. I think the light is crucial. Oh, hey, see, now I hit the gate. Ta-da! But I'm going to show you the ice cream shop. Yep. It's a good introduction here. Of course, if this is like a YouTube channel thing, then I'm sure some of my friends will watch to start with. Hand out in front. Oh, there we go. I'll just use the light. You don't have to keep looking at me. There's the ice cream shop. It's an old camper. Built the same year I was, 1968. There you go. So we have some ice cream, hot dogs, and we have Alpacaville. So people come here. We have a few picnic tables. Well, gotta get closer for you to see the picnic tables, but some picnic tables there. A little grassy knoll. And usually the animals can be here so you can see the animals. But right now, nobody's here. Oh, I'm sorry. There are a few here, although you can't see them. That's Teddy Bear and Angela. So usually people come and I say, welcome to Alpacaville. We have some ice cream, red hot dogs, some alpaca gifts. How about a nice pair of warm socks, gloves, hats? And you can see my artwork as well in the gallery. Because right now I do have a little bit of a gallery set up, but it's kind of small. And my plan is to build it above the garage. I mean, above the barn. And to make it bigger. To make the big space above the barn and have my studio in the back. So that's going on in my head for the last year and a half. And I haven't been able to finish it. Why? 5 kids. 5-kid fog. I have an African wife. very cute. Yep. And she's a registered nurse, and she does very well. But she's African, and that's kind of crazy too. Not really crazy, but it's a whole different set of things to think about and deal with. An African wife. What else do I want to say? I don't know. So I think you can learn on my YouTube channel. This is what I hope to accomplish. I want to teach you about painting. And you might. Usted puede aprender español también, si quiere. You can learn some Spanish, perhaps. I can teach you the colors in Spanish. Azul, rojo, amarillo. I might have some interesting facts now and then. Something about alpacas, for example. I think I just learned this the other day from a customer. But alpacas, in their DNA, I guess, they have one protein, whereas most of us mammals and cows and horses and all the other animals, except for the camelids being camels, llamas, alpacas, and vicuñas. Vicuñas are a lot smaller than alpacas. They have finer fiber, and they're not as domesticated or domesticated at all. I don't believe they're domesticated. Anyway, the camelids have one protein. So that's helpful for some reason that I'm not going to quite get out of my head right now. Oh, he told me about it. He was a scientist. He said, hey, I'm a scientist. He was about to leave, and he had a little family, 2 kids. And he stayed here at Alpacaville, had some ice cream. He bought a hat with a chulo, which was nice. And he went to the car, got the kids in the car because they were small kids. And then he came back, and he said, I just want to tell you, I'm a scientist. And I said, oh, okay. And he started to explain about the alpacas being important, especially now in light of what's going on out there in the world. And I remember hearing, a couple news stories in the past year or two that alpaca has one protein, we have 2. And because it's one protein, for some reason, that's easier to, if you were to inject or give the alpaca coronavirus, for example. Hey, a car's going by. Somebody's on a midnight run. So if you were to inject them with the coronavirus, for example, and then their immunity system, I guess, works very well, so they'd be able to be healthy or be able to get rid of the virus, apparently. And then you could extract the blood from the alpaca and use that to give to, or use it somehow to give to humans to help with therapy for the virus, for example. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I've read about that in articles in the past, something about llamas, alpacas, and blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of cool to know. So we have the alpacas for that, just in case, I guess. All right. So, all right. Alpacas, goats, art, singing, songwriting. It's all going to be here on this YouTube channel. It's going to be the best thing ever. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, every day I have about 20 things going on at once, and my head is spinning, so that's why I can't go to sleep at night sometimes. So that's just me, I guess, or like a Woody Allen thing. Again, we'll bring up Woody Allen one more time. So yeah, that's what's going to go on. I think so. Let's give it a shot, right? Why not? So I think I got that done. Usually I write a journal, and sometimes I just don't have the energy at night to write a journal. I've been writing journals for like, I don't know, 35 years. So I have like a whole, I don't know, at least a dozen or more. Sometimes I write one in a year. Sometimes I kind of span a few years where there's big gaps of like 6 months of non-writing. But generally, I keep a journal. So lately I have not done too much, but maybe this will become a journal in itself. So even if it does not even work as a YouTube channel, if that doesn't even work at all, it doesn't matter. At least I'll have a record, sort of like a journal. It'll be a video journal of my daily or weekly or something occurrences here at Alpacaville. There you go. All right, I guess I should just, you know, again, I could ramble on all day and night, but I think it's, you know, time to go to bed. Maybe I can sleep now that I've got this all off my head, off my chest, or out of my head. Off my chest? That doesn't make sense, does it? Out of my head. Where do expressions come from? I don't know. Why am I walking when I can't really see? All right. Stay tuned for the next episode of Jeffpa. My kids call me Jeffpa. Some of them do. Some call me Dad. Sometimes they call me both. In fact, yesterday I was coaching the baseball team. We had practice, and I said to the kids on the team, it was kind of the first practice. It was the first practice for this particular team, and I get to run the practice for the first time. That was kind of exciting. You know, I've been a coach a little bit here and there with other teams, but only the assistant coach. So I don't really run things. But yesterday I ran the practice, so it was kind of fun. And I told the kids, you can call me Coach Seberg, or you can call me Jeffpa, because I know some of my son's friends on other teams, they call me Jeffpa. So there you have it. So, adios. Stay tuned.